Alrighty. All right, welcome to your yoga practice. We are just going to take this next hour for ourselves to unwind, recharge, and just kind of let go and release any energy that's clinging to you that might be holding you back. We're just gonna find ourselves back at our own natural, neutral state through our practice today. So we'll get started just by settling into the chair. Go ahead and just take one deep breath in, send it all the way down into your stomach. And then exhale, let go completely. Let the body just soften. Let go of the week, let go of the morning, and just be in your chair. Let's do that again. Breathe in. Breathe out, soften and let go. Good. Breathe in, fill up completely from the bottom all the way to the top. Exhale, get rid of any stale air that might be hanging out in the lungs in the last couple of days. And then just release control of your breath and just let the effects of a few deep breaths just kind of wash over you. Notice what it does in your mind and to the body. And just notice how you feel. Now, as we're starting our practice, maybe just wiggle around a little bit and see if you have anywhere in the body that might be a little stiff today. Checking in with the hips, the lower legs, even maybe the ankles, of course, the back, the shoulders, the neck. Just move around and see what's speaking to you. And notice where you might want to spend a little extra time today, creating space. We'll try to let go of that tension throughout our practice just by softening every exhale that we do, every breath we take. We're just gonna ask ourselves, can I relax even just a little bit more than I am right now? Every breath in, just filling up completely. Every breath out, letting go and softening. So now that you've identified those areas that might be tight inside the body, just notice what thoughts are hanging out in your mind. Just see the pictures, the stories, the phrases that are right there in front. Maybe there's a few, maybe there's one big one, or maybe nothing's really sticking out to you right now. But just notice without judgment. Imagine your thoughts like clouds. They're passing by on the screen of your mind, and you can watch them, but they just keep going, and you can just let them go. Just watch them pass you by, not needing to reach out and grab them or hold on. Right now, you can just let them go, floating across. Great. And then before we get started, maybe picking a mantra for yourself, a phrase, or just some words, a word that you can repeat to yourself throughout your practice. Anytime you find yourself latching on to a thought, you can bring yourself back to your mantra. Right now, I'm enjoying everything is always working out for me. Repeating that in my mind has really just kind of brought some positivity into my days. So you can pick something, maybe I am loved, I am strong, I am healthy. Even if it's something you don't quite believe, if it's positive and it's something you want to be true, just repeat it to yourself throughout your practice. Every time you find a thought standing out to you in your mind, just bring yourself back to your mantra, repeating it as you breathe. We'll start with our warm up, stretching up through the neck and then working our way down the body as we go. As we inhale, stretch through the spine, create some space, grow the top of the head towards the ceiling. Exhale, chin to chest, drop it down. Inhale, bring your ear up over your shoulder. Exhale, down through center. Inhale, other side. Matching your breath. So not trying to change your breath right now, To match the movement, just match your movement to your breath. Allow the inhale to carry you up, and the exhale gently lowers you back down, just side to side. Inhale up, exhale down. Using this simple exercise to transition yourself into your yoga practice. Now notice if it's kind of difficult coming up on any certain areas, maybe when you hit just a certain spot, your body kind of tenses up a little bit. So be gentle there. If you find you need to spend some extra time somewhere, feel free, hold and then continue. Or if somewhere maybe is so tight that it actually hurts, you might just keep away from that area right now and just go around it, be gentle. Maybe a few full circles with the head would feel good to you, stretching through the throat. Just matching your breath. Inhale up, exhale down. Great. Few more breaths like this. Maybe noticing too, if you usually have tight areas during this exercise that aren't there today, acknowledge that. Just using your observations to keep you present, not to judge or come to any conclusion, but just to observe the moment that we're in now. Great, let's let the head rest, chin on the chest. The shoulders are still right on top of the hips. Inhale, bring the gaze forward. We'll drop the hands. We'll come into a few sun breaths, nice and slow. Inhale, sweep the hands up, grow the spine. Keep the shoulders soft. Exhale, soften everything. Empty out the lungs. Hands come through heart center. Repeat that at your own speed. Your inhale carries you up. Your exhale lowers you down. Taking in this fresh new day. Exhale. Anything that's old, anything that's not serving you, anything you don't need. Inhale carries you up. Exhale brings you down. Great. Let's complete one more. Inhale up. Exhale to come down. Great. We'll bring the hands up overhead. Inhale. Press the palms together or lace the fingers together. Keep the shoulders soft. And we'll exhale over to one side. We're just going side to side, so it doesn't matter where you start. Inhale to come center. Exhale over. Pressing both hip bones down into the mat, both sit bones, or into the chair rather. Exhale, other side. Inhale up. And exhale. Excuse me, last side. Now we'll inhale center. From here, we're just going to go ahead and circle the fingers. So your hands are just drawing a small circle on the ceiling above you. So, maybe just your arms are moving here if that feels good to you, or you can kind of really get your rib cage involved. That feels really nice to release the tension kind of around the shoulder blades. So you can do a small circle or make it a little bit bigger. We'll go the other direction. Great. Nice and gentle. Remember, anything throughout your practice, if it hurts, don't do it. Stretching can be uncomfortable, that's okay. But if you're feeling pain, back off a little bit. Inhale tall. Exhale, bring the hands back down through to heart center. Just take a breath here. Breathe in. Breathe out. Once more like this. Breathe in. Breathe out. Let's relax the hands. Let's rest with the palms up just to help the heart to start to gently, easily open up. Tension in the front of the body carries over into tension in the back of the body. So any kind of stiff shoulders, may it be that you might be experiencing, stretching through the chest will also help to release that. Let's take a few shoulder rolls. Inhale, up. Exhale, back and down. So they come forward as you come up. Inhale, exhale, back and down. Nothing too technical. Just do what feels good here. It's just a circle. And then same thing, other direction. Inhale up, exhale down. So up is going back, down is coming front. Great. And then just rest. Just a few times, just to feel the contrast between tension, relaxation. Just go ahead and draw your shoulders up to your ears, bring them up, and then gently, without pressing them down, just let them drop. Just naturally down, shoulder blades sliding down the back. Let's do that one more time. Bring them up, and then gently drop them down away from your ears. Great. All right, let's come into another sun breath. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, hands to the heart, coming into a twist, chair twist. It's okay if your elbow doesn't touch your knee, but we're pressing one elbow in the direction of the opposite knee. So inhale tall, exhale left elbow towards the right knee. Your gaze will go over your right shoulder up towards the ceiling. Great. If you are able to rest your elbow on your thigh, you can use that top hand to push into the bottom hand, really getting a nice release through those, the middle of the shoulder blades. Feels great. One more inhale. Exhale, unwind back to center. Drop the hands. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, tall. Exhale, right elbow towards the left knee. Gazing over the left shoulder. Maybe pressing into that bottom hand. Hold it here. Rinsing out the spine. One more inhale. Exhale, let it go. Release the hands. Great. Let's do that one more time in each direction. Inhale up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, tall. Exhale, left elbow, right knee, gaze over the right shoulder. Great. Inhale. Exhale, release. Drop the hands. Inhale, hands come up. Exhale, hands come together at the heart. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, right elbow towards the left knee. Gaze over the left shoulder up towards the ceiling or to the wall behind you. Breathe in. Breathe out. Relax back to center. Great. We'll just take the hands on the knees. We'll come into seated cat-cow from here. So you can stay facing the front. I'll just turn so you can see what's going on. We inhale to bring the heart forward. Shoulders come back. Exhale, reverse. So you're rounding the spine. Great. Inhale forward. And exhale, coming back. Good. Inhale forward. And exhale back. Great. So maybe you have the head involved. Maybe you're looking up as you come forward, down as you go back. Whatever feels good here. You can add in some organic movements. Great. And then when you're ready, just start to circle the spine. So inhale front, exhale back. Great. Again, this is not too technical. Just if it feels good, follow that. So maybe you're kind of keeping the shoulders parallel to the ground and mainly focusing on the hips. Or maybe you're keeping the spine kind of in a straight line and spiraling that way. We'll reverse direction, same thing. Inhale front, exhale back. Great. And then when you're ready, inhale center, grow up tall. Exhale, fold over your legs. So just leaning forward here. Anyone with back problems should try to keep a flat spine. Otherwise, you can just drape over your legs, reaching towards the floor. Even if you can't reach the floor, you can just let your hands hang down. You could hold on to your ankles or your shins, or you can keep your elbows supported on your knees. Whichever version of your forward fold you're comfortable with today. The head can stay supported like this, or you can just let it drop, hanging down towards the floor. Really great way to release the backs of your shoulders if that feels safe to you. Wherever you are, just keep the shoulders, the elbows, the hands, the jaw, everything soft and relaxed. We're using our hands, some of us, to keep our upper body supported. So try not to let that cause tension as we're going through our stretches, hoping to release tension. Deep breaths. As we hold, you might notice the stretch start to change. Maybe if you're having a hard time keeping your breath deep, if your breath is kind of quick or shallow, it might mean the stretch is too intense for you where you're at. So you can back up out of it, slow down your breath, and then see how low you can get from there. Or maybe you find as you hold, you're warming up, you're becoming a little bit stretchier as we go through our practice. You can see if there's a little bit more space to drop down even just a tiny bit more. It's always worth checking. Just be very gentle. Just breathe. As things get quiet, notice where your mind goes. And remind yourself of your mantra. Repeat it in your mind, not overanalyzing what it means to you, not focusing too much on the words, just repeating them, just giving your brain something to think about to help you come to a neutral state of mind, allowing the body to relax. Let's take one more big inhale. Exhale, rise up. Great. And start to circle up the shoulders. Great. Some breaths again, dropping the hands. Inhale, we'll bring the hands up. Exhale, cactus the arms. All right, so we're going to bring the elbows down to this cactus shape. The elbows are angled back behind you. It's okay if they don't go too far back. We're just opening through the heart here. Inhale, bring the hands back up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Great. We'll repeat that sequence. So dropping, inhale up. Exhale, cactus. Inhale up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Great. Inhale up. Exhale, cactus. Inhale up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Once more like this. Go at your own speed, match your breath. Great. Opening the heart, stretching the shoulders, lengthening the spine, softening the body. Good, good, good. All right, let's come into camel pose now that we've stretched out the chest and the shoulders. So we'll inhale, sweep the hands up. I'm going to turn so you can see me. Exhale, start with the hands on the low back behind you. Fingers point down. Elbows and shoulders squeezing together. Heart is aiming towards the ceiling. You can tip your head back if that's comfortable for you. Okay, so this is the modified version. And then if you want to take it a step further, you can bring your hands down to the seat of your chair and press into it and arch the back that way. There we go. So whichever version of that you like, we're just focused on opening through the chest and the heart. One more big inhale here. Exhale, let it go. Great. Okay. Coming into eagle pose. Let's go ahead and cross the right leg on top. So you can cross your knees or you can just cross your ankles if that's more comfortable for you. If you know how to do a double wrap in your pigeon, you can do that. Up to you. If you know the arms, you can get right into it. Otherwise, I'll break it down just in case. We're going to have the right elbow underneath. So we'll cross, palms face down, right arm under. Bend, palms face away from you. Touch the backs of the hands together or wrap the fingers to the palm. A modification for you, if you need it, is to just grab opposite shoulders. Even if you don't need it, this might just feel good. So try it and just see what you like. And then we'll just wherever you are, inhale, lift the elbows, keeping the chin neutral, gazing straight ahead. And as you inhale, expand the shoulders, try to send the breath there and feel that stretch, intensify, and then soften. Good. That feels so nice. A couple more times. Expand the shoulders as you inhale. Soften as you exhale. Great. Now you can stay right here, or we'll take a little stretch through the heart. Inhale, we'll come up. So lifting the elbows and lifting the heart up towards the ceiling. Great. One more breath in. Exhale, release the arms. Shake it out. We're going to take that right leg into pigeon pose from here. So we're placing, I know you can't see my legs too well. We're placing the right ankle on top of the left knee. If that's not accessible to you, you cross your ankles by the floor instead. And I think we talked about this last week. The more flat this leg is, the more intense the stretch will be. So having the knee up is more modified. And then if you're feeling like this is very, very doable for you, maybe you move on and try to get your knee a little bit more flat, whatever you're feeling. So we just want both sit bones down on the seat and the hips are kind of still straight up and down. We're not rocking back in our chair. So we're going to forward fold from here, really getting into the hips. So we'll inhale, lengthen. Exhale, melt forward. Great. Holding here. Really a great stretch for the hips. Unpack that tension. We'll stay here a little bit extra today to really just soak up the benefits of this stretch. We do this one every week because there's really not another one that really stretches out the hips as well as this. This is really, really nice. So just enjoy these moments here. Remember, every exhale, where can I soften a little bit more? Where can I relax a little bit more? Noticing your breath. Is it deep? Are you able to deepen it easily? Is it a little bit more of an effort? As we hold, maybe you see if there's a little bit more space in the pose, maybe getting your stomach a little bit closer to your leg, maybe needing to come up for a rest. Just pay attention to any changes that might be happening as we hold. Repeating your mantra to yourself. Just getting the most out of your practice. Stretching the body, deepening the breath, focusing the mind. We have a little bit longer to hold here, but don't worry about how long. Just keep yourself here in this moment, observing what's going on here. Few more deep breaths. Maybe you add some movement. Maybe you're kind of rocking side to side, maybe stretching the shoulders one way or the other. Maybe you're finding stillness in your pigeon today. Just notice what you're up for. Notice what feels natural today. Great. Really nice for the hips. As we hold, I'm really starting to feel a nice release through the backs of the shoulders as well, just from being folded over. Maybe you're getting that too. Maybe there's other little stretches that you're getting from this pose too. Just observe, see where it's affecting you, see where it's benefiting you. Let's take one more big breath in. Exhale, slowly work your way up. Ooh, so good. Okay, go ahead, release the leg. Maybe do a few circles with that ankle, flex some points. Squeeze and release the toes. And then we're going to do eagle pose with the left leg on top. So crossing the knees, left knee is on the top. If you prefer to cross the ankles, go ahead and do that. If you know how to double wrap, feel free. I'll do the arms. If you know them, just go for it. You can do the modification or the full version. Cross with the left elbow underneath. Bend so the palms face away. touch the backs of the hands together or wrap. You can also grab opposite shoulders. Wherever you are, we'll go ahead and lift the elbows. Great. Deep breaths here. Remember, expand through the shoulders as you inhale. And feel that stretch intensify. Feels good. Good. Few more breaths. Gaze is straight ahead. The back of the neck is parallel to the wall behind you. The chin is parallel to the ground. Good. Stay here, or we'll add in a little heart opener, lifting the elbows, lifting the heart up and back, maybe dropping the head gently. Good. One more inhale. Exhale, unwind, release the arms, release the shoulders. Really good. Okay. Pigeon on the left. So the left ankle goes on the right knee, right up. Or you can cross your knees if that's better for you. Pressing down that left knee as much as is comfortable. Both sit bones down on the chair. And then we'll fold from here. Inhale up. Exhale, melts. Good. Okay, so one side, as you know, might be slightly different than the other. Lots of different reasons that could happen. Don't worry about it too much. Just notice as part of your observations. Notice as just something to a detail of the moment to keep you here, to keep you grounded. Yeah, so maybe you held in stillness on the other side, but on this side you feel like adding a little movement, or maybe the other way around. Or maybe you're pretty even on both sides. That happens too. So just pay attention to where you're at, what applies to you. Every exhale, where can I relax a little bit more? What can soften a tiny bit more? Remembering your mantra, repeating that to yourself. If you find your mind wandering, or if you're feeling energetic or antsy or needing to grab hold of a thought, just grab hold of that mantra, repeat it in your mind. Continuing to keep the breath slow and deep. Breathing down into the stomach. Just holding in our pigeon pose. We have a few more minutes, so you have some more time to really relax and enjoy this release of tension through the left hip. You can even imagine it happening. Imagine you can see it happening. Sometimes the visualization can help the experience. So maybe picturing the tension as a color, like a dark smoke, just kind of leaving the body, making room for light and relaxation. A few more breaths. Let's take one more big inhale here. Exhale, start to rise up. Great. Release that leg and then extend, bend and extend if that feels good. My knee just got kind of stiff from that, so maybe bend and stretch a little bit. Circle your ankle, flex and point, squeeze and relax the toes, whatever feels good to you. Just kind of counteract that, the intensity of that stretch. Okay, we're going to do sun breaths with chair pose. So we're coming up and down. If this is stressful for your knees, just do sun breaths. You can choose if you want to stand or sit. If you're doing standing and sitting, just find that moment where you're kind of hovering above the chair for a moment before you sit all the way down, just to kind of challenge your muscles. Keep your knees right over your toes. That's important as we go. So when you're ready, inhale, we'll start to come up. As we bring the hands to the heart, exhale and start to lower yourself back down into the chair, hovering for a moment, and then relaxing back down. Just make sure your chair is exactly where you think it is. If you're using a chair with wheels, be extra careful. Inhale up. Exhale down. Just go at your own speed, match your breath. Inhale is up, exhale is down. We'll do 2 more. Don't rush it. As a matter of fact, just take your time. Great. And then if you're not already on your feet, we'll just do a sun breath to stand. We'll bring the hands through the heart and then open mountain pose. Palms face forward, again, to help open through the chest and the shoulders. Give yourself a moment here to just feel grounded. Feel your feet on the floor, adjust to standing, adjust to being on your feet. Spread out the toes, feel the ground underneath you, feel the bottoms of your shoes, your socks. Just go and send your mind to your feet and just observe right now. Just as a method of helping you to feel grounded and present in this moment. One more inhale. And exhale, release. We'll come around. We're going to do our hamstring stretch with one leg up on the chair. So if you know this one, you can just go right into it. I'll just show all the different options anyways. So you can face the back of the chair if you want to. If you don't want to lift up your leg, you can just come into lift up your toe and place your heel on the floor and your toe on the chair of the leg. We're just trying to stretch through the leg of the chair. That's what I meant to say. We're just trying to stretch through the back of our leg, the hamstring. So you can just do a heel dig on the ground. If you have like beams or bars going across your chair, you can pick one to lift it up off the ground and hold it there. If you are able to safely put your foot on the seat of the chair, you can do that too. If not, all those other options are good. Hips are square. So if you were looking at a side view of yourself, you wouldn't be able to see both of them. You'd only be able to see one. And then we're going to fold forward from here. So when you're ready, inhale tall. Exhale, start to come forward. So maybe you have your hands on your thigh, or maybe you can reach the chair. If you're facing the back of the chair, you can reach for the back of the chair. So whatever feels good to you, don't feel like you have to commit to a certain position. If you're in a stretch and you think a different variation would serve you better, whether it be higher or lower, just go ahead and make that change. Your practice is for you. So just be sure your body's getting everything that it needs. Good, couple breaths here. You can play around between flexing and pointing the foot. If you flex the foot, you're really intensifying the stretch to the back of the leg. So that might be a good thing to try. And just trying to really keep the hips square. Sometimes with one leg up, that leg likes to kind of shoot forward. So try to just keep the hips next to each other. And you'll feel that right in the back of the leg there. Really nice release. Great. Let's take one more inhale. Exhale slowly and carefully. Start to work your way up. And then release that leg. Good. You can shake it out, wiggle the hips, lift one heel at a time. And then we'll do the same thing on the other side. So you might pick the same level, you might not. You can just do a heel dig, lift just the toe. You can lift the leg to a bar under your chair, or maybe lifting up to the seat of the chair, whatever feels best. So inhale tall. Exhale, start to melt over that straight leg. Great. Now, especially here, you might have one side that's a little bit different than the other. So just be aware. Go into it slowly. And again, play around with flexing and pointing. Keeping the hips right next to each other. Great. Couple more breaths. Let's take one more inhale. Exhale, start to rise up. Release the leg, good, and just shake it out. Now coming to face the seat of the chair if you aren't already. We're gonna come to a forward fold. So when you're ready, inhale, sweep the hands up. Exhale, folding forward. So you can bring your hands to your chair or to your shins or reach to the floor, whatever works for you. We'll take a couple breaths here. If you're able to drop your head and just let it go, try it. That's a great release for the spine and the shoulders. Few deep breaths here. Anything heavy you feel like you've been carrying around, just imagine dropping it on the floor here in your forward fold, leaving it in your practice so you can go about the rest of your day feeling more free. Great. Okay, we'll come to our hands, hands on the chair if you aren't already. We're gonna step the left foot to the back, and then we're gonna bend the right knee. So make sure that knee is on top of the ankle. It's not shooting out in front of the toe. Both feet are pointing at the chair. It doesn't matter how far back your left foot is. It can be a small stance or a wide stance. From here, inhale, we'll lift our arms straight up overhead. Exhale, it's cactus. So bring the elbows back, open the heart, great. Inhale up. And exhale, let's come to a twist. So you can do both hands back down to the chair if you want to. Otherwise, just the left hand, and we'll bring the right arm up towards the ceiling. Hold it here. Great, so the legs are still in the same position. Great. Inhale, we'll sweep back up, arms come up towards the ceiling. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, up. Let's twist one more time. Exhale, coming down, reaching up. Inhale, straight up. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, up. Exhale, hands to the chair, lunge, and then bring that back foot in. Great, pedal through the feet. Relax the hips, whatever feels good to you here. And then same thing, other side. Let's step the right foot to the back as far away as you want. Both feet are pointing towards the chair, so they're not open to the side. The left knee is directly over the ankle, so it's bent in the front, and the back leg is straight. And then when you're ready, inhale, sweep the hands up. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, up. Exhale, twist, right hand down, left arm reaches up. Good. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, up. Exhale, twist. Great. Inhale, up. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, up. Exhale to your lunge, both hands down to the chair, and then step back foot in, pedal through your feet. Excellent. Bend the knees, inhale, sweep up, hands come up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Now dropping the hands, tiny little bit of a back bend in the heart opener. Inhale, come up, hands together. Exhale, just draw a line backwards with your arms. So just, they don't have to go super far back, but just opening the heart to the ceiling here. Trying not to arch the back, keep the hips neutral. It's just about the chest. And then inhale up. Exhale, bring the hands to the heart. Hold it here for a moment. Just have a grounding, quiet moment to yourself. Just let the effects of all the poses kind of start to sink in. Imagine your muscles just absorbing the benefits of your practice so far. Great. Dropping the hands, inhale, sweep up. Exhale, hands to the chair, coming to table pose. Ankles under the hips, wrists under the shoulders. Spread out the fingers, press into the pointer and the thumb. Try to not dump the weight all into your wrists. And then we'll take some cat-cow here, similar to what we did seated, except now that we're standing, you'll feel a nice stretch through the hamstrings too. Inhale is to arch. Exhale is to round. Just nice and gentle. Great. Good. We'll go ahead and just come to a neutral spine. Let's go ahead and take a side body stretch. So we'll extend the right foot back behind us. So you can keep that toe on the floor. I'm going to lift it just so you can see better what I'm doing, but you can keep your toe on the floor. It is still just as good. But we're just going to bring that right leg across over towards the left. So it can be on the floor, but we're just curving through the side of the body. So bring your gaze down towards your toe and hold it here. Great. One more breath in. Exhale, come back around. Pedal through your feet, relax. Same thing, other side. So extend the left foot to the back, left leg. Toe can be on the ground and just cross it over to the right. So it's crossing behind your right leg. And then bring your gaze down over your right shoulder, looking at your toe, curving through the side of the body. Good. One more inhale. Exhale, bring it back around. Pedal through the feet. And then let's come to downward facing dog. Step the feet back. The heels are trying to get to the floor. It's okay if they're not, but just actively push them towards the floor in order to get that stretch. And then same thing with the head. We want the head to kind of go through the elbows, so in between. So we're coming back away from the chair and opening through the heart. Hips are high. Hold it here. Good. One more big inhale. And exhale, start to come forward through your table pose. Bend the knees. Inhale, sweep up. And exhale, hands to the heart. Moving into mountain pose from here. So we'll be shifting into balancing. So if you want to arrange your chair somewhere where you'll be able to hold on to it, go ahead and do that. Mountain pose. So go ahead and check on your toes. They should be about hip distance apart. And sometimes they like to open to the side a little bit. So just make sure both toes, your big toes, are pointing exactly forward. You can have a little bend in your knees if that feels most comfortable. And then just float the rib cage right over the hips. Notice if it's back or forward slightly, and just try to get everything in line underneath you. The shoulders are not lifting and they're not pressing. They're just really soft. Check in with the ears. Notice if they're forward or backward, and just try to align them up with your shoulders. And then go ahead, take the palms open to the front. Great. A few deep breaths here. You can close your eyes if that's comfortable for you, or find a focal point in front of you. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Spread the toes, relax them into the ground. Feel yourself grounding down. And then we'll start to shift into tree pose. So if you want to hold on to the chair to help you balance while you get there, feel free. So you can take the bottom of your foot, either foot is fine, to your ankle. You can bring it up to your calf, or you can bring it up to your thigh, whatever feels best to you. Don't press right against your knee, But other than that, just find somewhere that feels good. Maybe you have two hands on the chair. Maybe you're facing the chair with two hands. Maybe you test your balance. Maybe you have one arm on the chair, one arm growing up, extending your branches, whatever speaks to you today. And then just breathe. Feel yourself strong in your tree pose. If you fall, accept it. Just keep an open mind. It's okay. Just slowly work your way through your mountain pose, back up. It takes trees a long time to grow, so just take your time getting here. Great. Allowing yourself to be grounded, grounding down. One more inhale. If you just caught a balance, if you're good to stay, feel free to stay. Otherwise, start to melt down. Great. Okay, same thing, other leg. So you might pick the same foot position, same hand position, you might not, whatever you feel like. So find mountain pose first. Your alignments, ears over shoulders, over hips, over knees, over ankles. Open through the chest, palms forward. Great, take a few deep breaths here. Inhale and exhale. Great. Inhale and exhale. When you're ready, you can start to come to tree pose on the other side, very slowly, just shifting, becoming light on one foot, using the chair as much as you want to, and finding a hand position that you like. Holding here. If it helps you, use a focal point, something eye level to look at to help you balance. That can be very helpful. Spreading the toes out. Pressing into the ground. Maybe even adding some movement in through the arms, maybe some sun breaths, challenging yourself a little bit. Whatever is speaking to you. Great. Let's take one more big breath in. Exhale, melt down. But of course, you're welcome to stay as long as you like. Relax the hips, relax the bottoms of the feet. Great. Okay, we're gonna come back to the front of the chair. We're gonna do sun breaths with chair pose again. So if you prefer to do this just sitting or standing, feel free. If it's too stressful for your knees, make sure your chair is directly behind you. And then we'll start. Inhale, come up tall, hands sweep up. Exhale, start to lower yourself into your chair. Take a moment to hover and then relax back down. Great, let's do that a couple times. Inhale up. Exhale, coming down. Knees right over the toes. Great, take your time, we'll do two more. Great. Nice and slow. On your last one, really just let yourself melt. Great, coming back into the chair. Good, just take a moment here. Maybe rest the palms up again to stick with our theme. And just take a few deep breaths. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. And again, breathe in. And breathe out. We'll come to sit up tall in our chair for another moment. So just extending the top of the head towards the ceiling, angling the hips so that the tailbone points down to the floor. And then as we started, just kind of wiggle through and see how you're feeling. Notice if any new tension has built up throughout your practice, or maybe the tension you had identified earlier is starting to soften, but without judgment, without, either way is fine. Just notice where you're at. Great. And then let's go ahead and grow up tall again. Inhale. Exhale, just drop the ear over the shoulder. Either side is fine. Great. So shoulders soft. It's easy to kind of try to tip with the head. So just let everything just stay where it is. The head is heavy. Let it drop as low as it can without affecting anything else. And maybe you like to add a hand on the head to help intensify the stretch a little bit. Maybe a little bit of a massage there behind the shoulder if that feels good. Either way, just taking deep breaths. And then we'll inhale, center. Exhale, opposite side, same thing. Check in with your shoulders. We're not tipping. Good. Add the hand if you like. Just do what feels good here. Maybe you start to soften the eyes closed. We're starting to slow things down, getting prepared for our final meditation. And just allowing ourselves to be as relaxed as possible before we come in to that. So let's inhale, back up center. Exhale, chin to chest. So again, the shoulders don't round forward here. We're still up tall. The head is heavy. Maybe you add the hands on the back of the head, or maybe you keep the hands resting palms up in your lap. Breathing here. One more inhale. Stay for the exhale. And let your inhale carry you back up. Exhale, melt into the chair. You can relax your spine, relax your posture. Just let the chair support you. Melt into it. We're going to spend a few moments focusing on our breath, elongating the exhale, helping the brain to realize that it's time for a quiet, calm moment. So let's inhale. Let's start with 6, and then we'll exhale for 7. So when you're ready, inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Now we'll just add one more to each. So inhales for 7. Exhale, 8. Inhale, 7. Exhale, 8. Inhale, 7. Exhale, 8. Inhale, 7. Exhale, 8. Now inhale, 7. Try exhale for 9. Inhale, 7. Exhale, 9. Once more, inhale, 7. Exhale, 9. And go ahead and release control of the breath. If you're finding it beneficial and you're enjoying the exercise, you can continue on. Inhale for 7, exhale for 9. But if you're feeling relaxed enough and ready to just let it go, feel free to do that as well. And just feel the effects on your body. Maybe things are starting to calm down inside of you. And then just take a moment to revisit where you were at the start of class, scanning through the body, revisiting those points where you identified tension, and just allowing them to start to soften. Notice what thoughts have come and go throughout your practice and what thoughts are standing out in your mind right now. Use your mantra to help let go of these thoughts for right now. Give your brain something to do, to repeat to itself, something beneficial, and just let those thoughts go for now. They know where to find you when you need them. And then just start to observe the moment you're in. Notice the present, what's happening now around you. Start to notice the textures you can feel on your skin, the clothing, and the hair. Notice the temperature of the room. Acknowledge the points of contact between the body and the chair, the spine and the hips, the legs, the points of contact between the feet and the floor. Notice what you hear. Notice the sound of your breath. Maybe there's other people nearby in the next room or down the hall. Acknowledge their sounds. Maybe you can hear birds or traffic outside. Just allow it to all be part of this moment. Notice if there's anything you can smell or taste. Notice what you see. Maybe you've started to soften your eyes closed. You can just observe the darkness behind your eyes. Maybe you can see shapes or colors. Maybe it's just blackness. Maybe your eyes are softly open and you can observe an object in front of you. Just simply using your observations to keep you here in this moment. Finding something about the moment that you appreciate and letting your focus be there for a moment. And then we'll get started with our body scan, just allowing the entire body to start to soften and relax. Releasing fidgety fingers or toes, allowing them to be still. Allowing the hips and the hands to just rest heavy. Allowing the muscles and the stomach and the chest to soften and move as you breathe. Relaxing the jaw, allowing for space between the back teeth. And softening the eyebrows and the forehead. Just holding on to the sense of relaxation, continuing to repeat your mantra to yourself. We'll rest here quietly for about a minute and I'll call you back into the room when it's time. Slowly start to invite some small movements into the body, starting with the toes and fingers and allowing it to spread in a way that feels natural. Moving the hands and feet, maybe stretching out the arms and legs. Just whatever feels good here, bringing some energy back. And then finding yourself nice and tall in your chair. We'll seal our practice together with one final sun breath here, dropping our hands Inhale, sweet thoughts. Exhale, hands come to the heart. Namaste. Thank you for practicing with me.